Hey everyone, and welcome to Modern Mind in Motion. Today we're diving into 10 subtle signs that you might be a deep thinker, even if you don't realize it. Let's begin. Have you ever been told you think too much? Or maybe people say you overanalyze things? Well, that might not be a bad thing. In fact, it could be one of the clearest indicators that you have a philosophical mind. But here's the thing. Deep thinking isn't always obvious. It's not about quoting Socrates or reading dense textbooks in candlelight. Deep thinkers often blend into the crowd, quietly reflecting, questioning, and analyzing the world in ways most people never even notice. So how can you tell if you're one of them? In this video, we'll explore the hidden habits and patterns that reveal a philosophical mindset. Because once you understand how deep thinkers operate, you may realize your mind is much more profound than you ever gave it credit for. Let's get started. 1. You live in the question. Deep thinkers aren't obsessed with finding answers. They're fascinated by the questions. You might find yourself mulling over life's biggest mysteries. What is consciousness? Do we have free will? What makes a life meaningful? Instead of rushing to conclusions, you're comfortable in the uncertainty. In fact, not knowing doesn't frustrate you. It fuels your curiosity. That's a hallmark of philosophical thought. 2. Conversations exhaust you, but ideas energize you. Small talk, draining, shallow chatter about the weather or gossip? Not your thing, but give you a quiet evening and a conversation about morality, the nature of time, or the paradoxes of existence. And suddenly, you're lit up. Philosophical minds crave substance, and when they don't get it, they often retreat into solitude, where their ideas can breathe freely. 3. You see complexity where others see simplicity. To most people, things are either black or white, right or wrong, yes or no. But you live in the gray. You understand that truth is layered, that motives are complex, and that very few things in life are as simple as they seem. This kind of nuanced thinking is rare, and it's one of the clearest signs of philosophical depth. 4. You're more interested in meaning than success. Deep thinkers often feel out of step with society's obsession with success, fame, or material gain. It's not that they're lazy or unmotivated. It's just that meaning matters more. You might find yourself asking, what's the point of all this? Or, why am I doing what I'm doing? These questions might not lead to easy answers, but they guide you toward a life of authenticity. 5. You notice the patterns beneath the surface. Have you ever felt like you could see through things, like there's a deeper logic or structure most people miss? Philosophical minds are naturally inclined toward pattern recognition. Whether it's in human behavior, societal trends, or even abstract ideas, you're always looking for the underlying framework. You don't just react to life, you analyze it. That alone sets you apart. 6. You challenge your own beliefs. Most people avoid questioning their own assumptions. It's uncomfortable. It's destabilizing. But you actively invite it. You enjoy playing devil's advocate with yourself. You challenge your own views, knowing that intellectual humility is the key to growth. This self-reflection is not just admirable, it's deeply philosophical. 7. You're comfortable being alone. Deep thinkers often find solitude not only tolerable, but essential. It's not that you dislike people, it's just that your mind does some of its best work in quiet. In solitude, ideas deepen, reflections sharpen. That space between thoughts, that's where philosophy lives. You might go on long walks, journal for hours, or just stare out the window. Thinking, that's not wasting time. That's engaging with the world in a profoundly internal way. 8. You struggle with action. This might surprise you, but many deep thinkers wrestle with doing things. Why? Because they can see too many possibilities. While others charge forward with confidence, you pause, you analyze, you consider the implications. Sometimes this leads to overthinking or even paralysis. But it also means that when you do act, it's thoughtful, deliberate, and aligned with your values. 9. You're drawn to paradoxes. If you've ever found yourself intrigued by questions like, can something be both true and false? Or, is it possible to truly know anything? You're not just curious, you're philosophical. Paradoxes aren't problems to be solved. They're invitations to expand your mind. Deep thinkers aren't discouraged by contradictions. They're drawn to them, fascinated by their ability to reveal the limits of logic and language. 10. You feel a bit out of place. Lastly, deep thinkers often feel like outsiders, not because they don't belong, but because they see the world differently. You might feel disconnected in rooms where no one questions anything. You might struggle to fit into fast-paced environments that reward surface-level thinking. But here's the thing. This feeling of disconnection, it's a sign of vision. You're not out of place, you're ahead of your time. So what does all this mean? If you saw yourself in even a few of these signs, chances are you're more of a deep thinker than you realized. Philosophy isn't about memorizing old ideas. It's about living with curiosity, doubt, and a hunger for truth. You don't need a degree in philosophy to be a philosopher. All you need is a mind that's willing to question everything, including itself. Thanks for watching Modern Mind in Motion. If this video made you think, consider subscribing and sharing it with someone who's always asking why. Until next time, stay thoughtful.